I'd like to start, Arnold. I have heard that you like to quote yourself on set. Some of your co-stars have kind of ratted you out to me. You like to throw your own iconic lines out at people. Is that true?
Like which one?
I've heard that you'll be out there saying, "Get to the chopper." I don't even know if I should do that.
That was better than a lot of people could do.
Is that true? Do you kind of mess with people and?
Boy, it really depends what the circumstances are. So a lot of times I do a speech somewhere, and then on the end, I would say, "Are there any questions?" And someone will get up and says, "Yeah, can you, say, hasta la vista, baby?" And then I say, "Hasta la vista, baby." Then someone else will scream up and says, "Say, get to the chopper." And then I scream out, "Get to the chopper!" So yeah, I do those kind of things. Or as a joke on a set, I would throw something like that in there.
We did manage to squeak in one line here. I'll kind of a play on the words. That was the "I won't be back" part. I don't want to spoil how it fits into the movie. Did we almost get more iconic lines? What was it like to kind of get to bring back a classic thing like that into the film?
The thing is that I've learned very quickly with the "I'll be back" line, where we never thought that this will ever be repeated. No one even thought twice about that line. And all of a sudden, when the movie comes out, everyone comes up to me and says, "Can you say this line? I'll be back." Oh my God, it's such a great line. So, I don't know, or stick around when I put the knife through someone's chest and I say to them, "Stick around," or "We shouldn't cook and bake." In one of the movies, it's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all. I mean, it's the way I pronounce words that make it then kind of iconic, the line, because then people have fun repeating it with that accent.
Yeah, it makes it a lot of fun. And Linda, you're back, which was awesome. It was so good to have Sarah Connor back. What was the moment when you got to set where you knew you were back on a Terminator set and it was game time?
It was actually during the prep when we were doing screen tests to establish the look. And man, how many times did I have the hair color differently but when I put the wardrobe on and went out for the first screen test to just sort of see what the lighting looked like and so forth and so on, and everyone just kind of was like, when I walked out, and I thought, all right. I mean, I had been training for a year, and inside I was really ready. Then I put the clothes on, and everybody else looked at me and were like, "You are ready."
You didn't miss a beat. Somehow, honestly, you might have even gotten better. It was you did such a good job. Is there any chance we see you ever do this again? No, that's fair. That's fair.
It's not up to me. I mean, I choose my work based on story and character. So if it's there and it's good enough, I will want to do it.
We talked a little bit about this at San Diego Comic-Con. I had a question for you. I said, there were signature things that James Cameron did, like a helicopter chasing a car. I almost felt like you were going into that in one specific scene. What are some of the scenes, now that I've seen it, you can tell me, that you did to distinctly pay homage to what James Cameron did with those first two Terminator movies?
Well, here's the thing. I think there's the distinct homage, and then there's a whole bunch of ones that you just go, "Oh, they did that in Terminator 1 or Terminator 2, or these moments that are very similar because it's bound to happen, because A, it's a big part of my subconscious, and B, you're in some way solving the same problems that Jim did. It's a person from the future, and it's a protector, and it's a T-800, it's a robot. So you end up doing some of the same things. But I would say things like Grace Arrival, where she coming out of the time bubble naked, that sort of moment where they first come into conflict. Definitely a Terminator staple. The big car chase at the beginning. You got to do a big truck chase in a Terminator movie. It's just one. It's not. I don't feel like it's fan service. I feel like it is serving the fans.
Oh yeah,
that's what I would want to see.
I mean, I suggest people watch the first two movies again before watching. You'll enjoy it even more. And I did that. It made my experience, I think, even better. And you could watch it on its own. It was great.
I haven't done that. That'd be cool.
Do it. Do it before you watch the final product. But also, I mean, we deal with time travel, and that's always such a sticky subject to try to dive into in any movie. What is your advice to fans who are trying to comprehend time travel? Can you kind of give your quick breakdown of how your time travel works?
Yes, and it is really what Jim set up. There is only one future, or there's only one timeline, and if you change something in the past, the time wave rolls forward, like the butterfly effect. It rolls forward and changes the future. So at the end of and I also tend to think of it like a river caught in eddies. Jim calls it the Ouroboros, where you have this cycle of time. Kyle comes back, has sex with Sarah. She gives birth to John. John comes to the future, sends Kyle back, and time is caught in this eddy. And only when Sarah destroys Cyberdyne does it, continue to flow. We're caught in another eddy here, and whether or not they're following the script, like just trying to make sure that the future happens the way it did happen, or trying to disrupt the script. I can't tell you. I mean, I could tell you.
Don't spoil it. I really enjoyed your moments in the movie where we saw stuff in the future, especially with Grace. That was fantastic. Do you think there's a room in the Terminator franchise for an entire movie set in the future? Do you think something like that could ever happen? Would you like to see something like that?
I do, and I wouldn't, give away anything and say like that. Future War was was part of the plan or anything like that. But I feel the same way. Although I feel like that is might be the last thing you want to do in the Terminator franchise, because so much of it is rooted in today. Something comes back, disrupts our thing. And, so maybe at the end, the last hurrah could be Future War. But I enjoyed it. It's called the Dragonfly sequence because of that ship there.
And we at Comicbook.com love you for your comic book movies. You made a little movie called Deadpool Once Upon a Time. How do we? What will it take? Is there any character, anything in particular that could get you back to another comic book movie?
Oh gosh, I don't know. X-Men are my huge. That's what got me into back into comic books was John Byrne's run on X-Men way back when, and it's 96 was Cochrane's run, but then right after that with Hellfire Club and everything. I love the X-Men. I don't expect Marvel to call me and say, come do the X-Men, so I'm not waiting for that. I was really excited about my Kitty Pryde movie. I love that movie. It'll never happen now.